Craig here from Your Tech. Today's video we are going to be reviewing the QQH Z12-4. This is a 4K portable monitor. Portable monitors are often flimsy, dim, low quality displays. I've been sent this monitor to review and I'm excited that this monitor could replace the little 1080p portable monitor that I've been using for the past couple of years. This monitor has some impressive specs that we'll get to in a minute, but first, let's unbox it. So the first thing we have inside is the user manual for the QQH portable monitor, followed by a very nicely and good quality printed quick start guide. And in our first mystery bag, we have USB-A to USB-C cable, an American 2-prong plug, and I'll move the screen out of the way here. And in here we will find a mini HDMI to full-size HDMI cable, and a USB-C to USB-C cable to do DisplayPort over USB-C. And now the main attraction. This 15.6 inch screen comes with a nice, soft but rigid cover that also acts as a stand. You've got two orientations for this. You fold the bottom up so it's a bit more up, and then you can have it a little bit angled down, but it isn't as sturdy as in the first orientation. The stand is magnetic and comes off the monitor. On the back we have a 75 by 75 VESA mount. I really do like the cover on this. As you can see, the monitor is a bit of a thick boy. It's got lovely black bezels. It's all metallic and there's a little metallic trim on the inside, which is nice. On the side we have three inputs, two USB-C and one mini HDMI. And then you've got your OSD buttons towards the top and a headphone jack, which is a nice inclusion. The monitor itself boasts a 400 nits peak brightness. It's a 4K display and it's 60 Hz. This, in my opinion, means that it is more aimed towards workstations than it is gaming. Using the monitor is actually quite nice. The 4K screen resolution, though a little bit overkill, is really crisp. The 400 nits brightness seems quite accurate. It's a very bright screen, and whilst 400 nits peak brightness is a good amount, especially for a portable monitor, you may struggle on a very bright day to use this outside or in a very well lit room. It caps out at 60 Hz, which is absolutely fine. Again, this is aimed more towards a workstation than it is a gaming setup. The colours on it are vibrant and absolutely fine, especially for watching content and stuff like that, though I'm not sure how accurate it'd be for something like photo editing, video editing or the like. 4K content looks fantastic on it, and the screen is overall just very nice, sharp and crisp. The HDR performance is okay, nothing to shout about, but it can do it. Aesthetically, I'll be honest, I absolutely adore this monitor. The bezels are a little bit thick, but there is lovely brushed black metallic look around the outside, looks fantastic. The logo on the monitor doesn't look out of place. There's this lovely metallic line that goes across the bottom and a metallic finish around the frame. So there's a few downsides to this monitor and there's a few upsides to this monitor. The first thing that I will say is the monitor, it looks lovely. It's very bright, it's very crisp, the colours are nice and vibrant. It hasn't got brilliant HDR performance, which you'd expect. And this laptop is one of the reasons that this is a bit of a downside. This monitor is struggling to push 4K, doing 4K playback on YouTube, which it's a 5700U, like it can do it. It's just, you can see it struggling a little bit and stuttering. The obvious thing to do would be to just turn the resolution down on that monitor. Turn it down to 1080p, but that doesn't really make sense when you spent the money on a 4K monitor to have to do that. So if you are gonna get a 4K portable monitor to use as a workstation for a laptop, ensure your laptop can handle it. Preferably something with a dedicated GPU, not with integrated graphics like what I'm using right now. Now, I could solve this problem by just going and getting my streaming PC, plonking that down next to it, and it will run it absolutely fine. But the main use case for monitors like this is for laptops. The other thing is the power. I'm going to test something on camera now. When I tested it on my streaming PC, I plugged it into the power into a USB port on the computer, and it did turn the monitor on and it ran fine. So I'm going to unplug the keyboard or mouse. I'm going to plug the monitor in directly to the laptop and see if we can still use the monitor. Because if we can, that's actually pretty sound. You can get yourself a cheap little USB-C dongle for your peripherals, and then you can just save one of your USB-A ports to power the monitor. Yep, it's going to drain your battery laptop a little bit quicker, but I'd rather use one plug for the laptop charger than having to use two plugs, one for the laptop charger, one for the screen. Because I mean, look at this mess of cables that we've got behind it. I don't know how well you'll see it on film, but there is so many cables and stuff. It is not the all-in-one tidy solution that people think it is. Monitor's working absolutely fine, just plugged directly into the USB port. That is incredibly impressive that this monitor, a 4K monitor, is managing to be powered purely off a USB port off a laptop. Most portable monitors, especially ones that are going to boast these kind of specs, 400 nits peak brightness, 4K, 60 Hz, will struggle to be powered by a laptop USB port, but it's doing it and it looks fantastic. And I've just saved myself a plug socket. So that is a massive plus point for me. The massive downside being that if you did want to use the plug for it and you're in the UK, this is probably the major downside to me doing this video at all, which I have explained to the sponsor, but they weren't bothered. If you're in the UK, you can only buy this monitor from a US Amazon. So you've got to pay the ridiculous amount of shipping from America to get this monitor. Now, if you're in America, it's not a problem. Links down below. If you want to buy this monitor, you can do, and it'll come with the two-prong plug that you guys need. However, us in the UK can't actually buy this monitor, and the plug's not compatible with our UK plug sockets, even if you could. So whilst I really appreciate QQH giving me this monitor to review, it's a bit of a weird choice on their part, because my main demographic is the UK, because that's where I'm based. But it is what it is. As you can see, it's running this David Does Tech video absolutely sound. The panel itself is an IPS panel. It's got fairly good viewing angles. In fact, it's got really good viewing angles. And to be honest, I'm extremely impressed with it. It looks fantastic. So, the conclusion. I really like the monitor. The 4K at that size, again, overkill, but it does look so crisp and so nice. I like that you've got the option of using a plug to power it, or you can power it directly off the laptop, which is awesome. Get yourself a little USB-C dongle if you're going to run out of USB ports and stuff. The only real downside for me is that it's only available in the US, and you need a good laptop to push 4K pixels. 4K is not a small resolution. It takes a lot of grunt to push 4K. So really, you need a laptop with a dedicated graphics card. However, for the price of $224, I think it's well worth it. If you're in the market for that kind of product, if you want something to turn your laptop into a workstation, if you want to get an extra screen for your laptop so you can be a lot more productive, I think it's a great size. I really do like the stand and the cover. I wish it was a bit more adjustable, but I do still really like it. And I love the form factor. I love that it's basically the same size as a 15-inch laptop. So you can just put it in a rucksack. So yeah, shame it's not available in the UK. Shame it doesn't come with a UK plug. But other than that, I quite like it. What do you guys think? Do you think it's worth the money? Would you consider getting a 4K portable monitor? For myself, it's gonna be really handy for stress testing gaming PCs and stuff that customers send in. It's going to be absolutely perfect for me, and it's going to be a good enough size that I can actually see what I'm doing, unlike my current one, which is a 9.5, 10-inch 1080p one, which is just tiny. You can barely see what you're doing on it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to watch one of these two, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye.